Hey everybody, this is Adam from the Videogames Dads Podcast. There's been some interest in our collection, so I thought I would take a brief tour of my game room or slash basement and see what you guys think. Let me know if you want to see more specific videos of some things that we passed by, but I just wanted to give a brief overview. So to start, I'm just going to sort of pan around the room just to kind of give you an overall view, and then we'll just sort of walk around a little bit. So I just got a few odds and ends shoved over in this corner. There's going to be a new shelf there here before too long, but picked this up the other day. That's the Far Cry 4 Collector's Edition. And this is the Homefront Collector's Edition, Homefront Revolution, which is kind of cool because it has a little remote control car. Nobody bought it, so I got that thing for like $15. And I bought this the other day for, I think, $20, the Killzone. Have a few of the Coleco mini arcades. Some N64s, kind of various systems. In these drawers, it's just kind of, controllers and cables and things just to keep them somewhat hidden. Virtual Boy, some Nintendo stuff. Got a lot of Game Boy games and Virtual Boy games shoved into this drawer. I still haven't gotten those displayed properly. This is my Vectrex that I spoke about on the mini episode. Some system boxes. That's a sealed Lethal Enforcers for Sega CD. Actually got two of those sealed. I opened one and played it and kept the other. Sega CD box system, which we talked about on an episode, and there's the Breath of the Wild. Gonna have a few handhelds sitting here. PSP, there's an Atari Lynx. There's a Model 2 Atari Lynx, a Model 1 Atari Lynx underneath this guy. A couple of Sega CDs, that's a Sega Nomad in the back, and if you can peek way back there, that guy, that's a Turbo Express, the handheld TurboGrafx. Also have some PlayStations. There's some limited run box sets. Neo Geo CD, Saturn, Wii, and an Xbox, all attached to a personal or a professional video monitor. Through SCART hookups, which was quite a technical feat, at least in my eyes. Took a lot of hardware to actually get that all set up and working. This is my CRT setup, which is a flat screen Toshiba 32-inch CRT, and it communicates with some of these systems setting over here. It's a big wiring mess back there, but all of these things are plugged in and work. So I have composite and component things going to this. I've got SCART stuff going to this. I've got all my HDMI set up going to this. So you can see all those systems there. There's my PS4 and PSVR and all those things. And as far as systems go that are plugged up here, of course, NES, SNES, N64, GameCube. There's a Model 1 Sega CD, a Model 1 Genesis with a Master System converter. Model 2 Genesis with the 32X. There's a JVC XI, Saturn, 3DO, PlayStation 2 Slim, Dreamcast. That right there is probably my pride and joy. That's a Neo Geo Omega. That's a consoleized Neo Geo MVS. Down there on the bottom, that's a PS3, and there's a PS TV on top of it. A Retron 5, original Xbox, and a Jaguar with Jaguar CD attachment. And that actually works. Not very many of those anymore. And then just briefly running through here, Super Nintendo, DS and 3DS, kind of some boxed Game Boy Advance games. There's a Neo Geo X Gold, at least the box for it up top. N64 and some Neo Geo stuff. GameCube kiosk. This is another pride and joy of the collection. That's a Sharp NES television that works complete with all the controllers and everything. Wii U kiosk, PS3 and PS2 games right here, and then PS1 there on the bottom, and a little section for my growing Nintendo Switch collection. This is my biggest collection, and that's my original NES, and so that's some of my NES games, and then that's the loose carts, and then over here are the boxed games. There's an Aladdin cartridge adapter and all the Aladdin games up top there. These are all unlicensed games, and hacks here in the middle. There's a boxed Magnavox Odyssey, a bunch of boxed Odyssey games. And these are all Japanese Famicom, Super Famicom and Game Boy games right here. Those are Japanese GameCube games. And then this is the Nintendo Red Tint. And on one side it has Mario Brothers Versus, and on the other side Golf Versus. And I've got a Excite Bike Versus on the other side of the basement here. So this is GameCube collection. I've got these spinning racks because they maximize space. But I'll just kind of briefly go through those. That's all the GameCube stuff. So I've got a pretty sizable GameCube set up. These are all the 2600 games here. And then going over here, this is there's some stuff up on top there, but this is Dreamcast. There's a little bit of TurboGrafx stuff down here. And then Sega Saturn. Sega CD and 32X here. I have a complete 32X Sega CD collection. I have all those wonderful games. There's a little bit more Sega CD up top. This right here is a repro. This is the rarest Sega CD 32X game, only released in Brazil, and there's only supposedly like 500 printed. This is a repro made by a guy in Brazil. It's a pretty cool set though. And Sega Genesis boxed games. Then over here, these are import Saturn games, import Neo Geo CD games, and then some more Genesis down here. PSP, 3DO, and 3DO Flight Stick. These are all my limited run, limited edition PS4 games, and that's been working on that a lot lately. So that's been growing. Or sorry, that was standard PS4. This is the limited set here. And then there's a complete Nintendo Power collection, all the Nintendo Power issues. There's some PS3 box sets and a bunch of guides for games. And this over here is a display case I bought from a game store that had closed. So, you know, see some Donkey Kong and some GameCube stuff up there. That's all my boxed Nintendo systems. There's a couple more in the back behind there. Some more stuff, TV with my mini SNES on it. This is Wii and Wii U, like 5 games short of a full Wii U set, but they're all in this side of the display. Little thing over here, I've got a Cruisin' World dual driver here, an Asteroids cabinet, Lethal Weapon 3 pinball, Terminator 2 pinball. I've got some promo stuff that I haven't hung up yet. A couple little things here. And then that's kind of basically it. Is just a quick overview, kind of a run through of what's in the basement. You know, obviously I can make more videos, I guess, of specific systems or kind of some gyms and that kind of thing in the future. But if you're at all interested in that, just hit me up and let me know. Thanks.